Grand Rising. Thank you for coming into Larger Curves this morning. I was going to go live earlier and then I got carried away with my thumbnail. Lord have mercy. Mama needs to get it together. But anyway, happy Tuesday, y'all. Happy Tuesday. It's the 5th day of December 2023, you guys. It's about to be 2024. I hope that Neon talking back isn't too bothersome. When I start talking, Neon starts squawking. That's what it happens. I start talking and Neon starts squawking. Okay, you hear her in there? She got a lot to say in the morning time, you guys, and so do I. We're here this morning. We're going to discuss Real Housewives of Miami because, I didn't really get a chance to review it properly. Properly. So, and plus I wanted to talk a little bit more about Larsa and her gas. Okay. So on your way in, I hope you smash that like button, smash the subscribe button if you haven't already, ring my bell so you can get notified next time your girl Larger Curves uploads a video. And so you can become part of this beautiful curvy community that we're growing over here in these YouTube streets. Can you hear me okay? Let me see if I can hear me okay. I don't see any of my fellow curvies in the house, but let's see. Let's see, where's my page? I don't know. Can you guys even hear me? Is my music too loud? Keep telling you, I'm an 80s baby. I'm an 80s baby. Let me see, this is live. Let's see what's happening. Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Thanks for coming in here this Tuesday morning. Home again, home again. How do I get to my channel? Lord have mercy. There it is. Oh, there we are. Okay, I'm just going to check my sound real quick. Hello? There it is. Oh, there we go. Oh, look, my voice is sounding kind of garbly this morning. I must need to drink more coffee. Okay, make sure you smash that like button and smash the subscribe button on your way in. Please, it helps me stay in the algorithm. And let's go ahead. Let me see one more thing. Now, I know I started a little later than I thought, but I have somebody who likes to talk about these things with me. And I'm not sure if they're around right now. So we can argue about Lexi from Real Housewives of Miami. Let me just send this little note over here. Hope everybody's doing fantastic this morning. Let me send it there. Oh. Let's see, and then I'll send it here. Oh, the dream team. Let me put it there. And then I'll put it in Ladies Who Kiki and Aaron. So, okay. I usually am talking a lot more right now. Let's see who's in the house. I'm trying to get Mademoiselle H. Thanks for coming through. Do you watch Real Housewives of Miami? Because that's what we're going to be talking about this morning. Let me see. And because even though it didn't just come on yesterday, I wanted to talk about it before it comes on again. Because Larsa and her gas. Larsa and her gas. Yes, of course you're watching it. Miami is one of the better shows as far as Housewife has given us. Miami as a housewife show is better than Beverly Hills, is better than Potomac, and is better than, what's the other one on right now? Isn't there another one? City. So it's not better than Salt Lake City, you guys. It's definitely not. Definitely not. Salt Lake City is top. Miami is top. Potomac is last. I'm almost done with Potomac, you guys. I can't They're making such a mess out of what could be Black excellence. I don't know any professional ladies in real life who are that old taking Geritol with grown kids on the way to college that spend time with other ladies they would treat like that. I just don't know any. I don't know any type women who would do that in real life. Anyway, we're here to talk about Real Housewives of Miami. And I've alerted everybody. So let's see if anybody comes. Okay. And then just the lotties. Lottie dottie. We like to party. We don't cause trouble. We don't bother nobody. We're just the man that's on the mic. And when we rap on the mic, we rap the mic, right? Okay. That's it. That's it. Let's get into Miami, you guys. So, of course, what I'm mostly here to talk about, like I said, is Larsa's gas. Because that was a lot of gaslighting she was doing. And looking at her old ass, I'm not sure if it's because she has a new ass that she's so full of this gas, or if it's because or if it's because she's just a gassy girl. Now, I'm gonna have to tell you the definition of gaslighting. So you guys know that the episode was really, okay, the very first episode, Gertie was crying and emotional. She had just went to Nicole's or somebody's party, Alexia's party, and she had found out she had cancer right before she got there. She gets to the party, she's having a horrible time, and of course, Larsa, because she has Marcus on her arm right now, she goes up and she wants to start stuff with Gertie, who's not paying her any mind. Like, real Grace, if you're all that, Larsa Pippen, whoever you are, if you're all that, then you wouldn't have had to berate somebody at somebody else's party to ask them why you were fake, when this picture clearly shows that you're fake. This picture right here shows that your ass is fake, and you act like it's real, but it's fake. And you had a big problem with Gertie in episode 1, Larsa Pippen, with, why would Gertie call me fake? Why would Gertie call me fake? I'm not fake. I'm the realest girl in here. I'm the realest girl in here. I look at my tooth, my butt. Look at my molar. Look how real it is. Look at my face. Look how real it is. I'm real. You're fake, Gertie. You're fake. And she just wanted to start with Gertie so bad. And Gertie was just like, Larsa, can you stop? Can you stop, Larsa? Can you stop? Can you stop, Larsa? Larsa, can you stop? But Larsa couldn't stop because Larsa is low key. Okay, I already said what I think Larsa is. She's a user. She's a user. She uses certain people for a blueprint for their body and for their men's semen. But if you're that without a penis and can't give her all this money, then she only acts like she likes you, but how she treats you is really how she feels. Are you following me? I was trying to say it all without saying anything, because over here on Larger Curves, I can make it about that in a New York second. You know what I'm saying? But so in my opinion, where's my allegedly? Where's my damn banner? So allegedly, Larsa thinks she's real, but Larsa's fake. And Larsa only likes melanated queens like Kiki and Gertie because she's in competition with them. And in her eyes, she's better than them. So she'll hang out with them because they're not competition. Plus, they make her score go up. So now she has Marcus, and you saw Kiki was like, Larsa, I miss my friend. Like, you and I don't spend any time together. And Larsa's like, she's just going to have to get a boyfriend so she can come out, because that's how she really feels about her friend of all that time. Now, to me, like, friends till the end, like, the friends, Your girlfriends are going to be the ones that pick you up when old boy finds somebody in his age range, Larsa. When Marcus finds somebody in his age range, when he comes down off the high of everything that you do is divine, that you can do no wrong, that's why he likes it over at her house. She's like, oh my God, this water you got is the best water ever. Oh my God, you make the best water. The water came out of the faucet, but she has him thinking that he makes the best water ever, you guys. And anybody can do this to their significant other, and it will get you a lot further than not. But sometimes, if it's not feeling authentic, men might not want it also. But she must make it feel authentic enough that Marcus is enamored with her spell. And plus she stays up under him so much that she doesn't give him the room to start thinking about, oh, you're 12 years older than me and used to smash my dad's nemesis. Maybe there is something plotted about this and I don't want to be used for it. And oh, by the way, there's a girl younger than me who likes me too. I don't know. I feel like Larsa's trying to get a spinoff really bad with Marcus. She wants us so into it. She wants us to give at least one fuck. And we don't. We do not give any fucks, Larsa, about you smashing another Black guy. Like, we just don't. And I know you're Moroccan or whatever they say, but look, I'm sure you're not checking black on any of the boxes on any application ever of life, right? So I'm just saying that you should treat Kiki nicer because she's your real friend. And when people come to you and confide in you through tears and obvious anxiety and share with you that they have a life-threatening disease as cancer, and you're going to sit there and instead of immediately apologize for being a bitch, a self-centered narcissistic bitch, you decide to say, oh, does she have cancer? How do you know you have cancer? How do you know you have cancer? Oh my God. So that kind of I'm like, why would anybody question somebody saying they have cancer? That is so bizarre to me. But not to Larsa. That's normal for Larsa, because she's so real. So in her real world, she would lie about having cancer to just say it to somebody, I guess, because she thought that's what Gertie was doing to her. And you kind of expect stuff from other people that you're willing to do. That's what I think, in my opinion. Like, I wouldn't never would the words come out of my mouth if somebody confided in me and said they had something like that. Would I be like, well, how do you know? I wouldn't question it because the people I'm with in my life wouldn't try to clout chase or use anything like that for a storyline or for sympathy or anything. Like, they wouldn't even want to repeat it unless it was for sure. And then half the time they wouldn't even want to repeat it, so they don't give it any power. You know what I'm saying? And that could be also why Gertie was like, oh, I don't think that you should, I don't want you to tell anybody, just keep this confidential. And Larsa was like, oh yeah, of course I will. Of course I will. And then the 8th housewife split 6 hours later. No, literally 6 hours later. She's having that you use the bathroom again by yourself, Marcus party, and told everybody she could about her good news that because she didn't even really believe Gertie had it, because she's going to say some more stuff later on that is like, well, why'd you sit there and tell all these people if you don't even believe she has it? So that was malicious gossip. And you weren't doing it to help her situation. You weren't doing it for anything except for you have so little going on, Larsa Pippen. You have so little going on that you would abuse the confidence of another cast member and talk about it incessantly because you have nothing going on. And because your party for the grown man who just used your party for the grown man that just used the potty by himself is so stupid. Those people didn't even want to be at your stupid party. They definitely didn't feel like talking about Marcus and you. And you have nothing to offer anybody except for other people's everything. And you have nothing going on. Your little Make-A-Wish Foundation, whatever, that's BS. You just told a woman's freaking secret, and her wish for you was for you to not fucking tell, Larsa. But you told because you don't have nothing going on, and you didn't even really believe it because you're still questioning it. And then the gas that you have in that fake ass of yours is disgustingly overrated because you are then going to follow it up when she confronts you later. Well, semi-confronts you because she really doesn't want to give you any energy. But since you're going to keep talking at me, bitch, yeah, you broke my confidence. And then she has the nerve to say, oh, Gertie's a bully. She's a bully. She's a bully. No, you're the bully. You see, like, it's like so much gas. This woman asked you to not say nothing about her thing. You tell everybody, then then you get the smoke you wanted because you told. So something's about to happen. And you must have wanted it to happen because you told. 6 hours later, no, literally 6 hours later, anybody with ears that would listen to your stupid ass. You told. And then when you get called on the carpet about it, and Lisa is a freaking, Lisa Hochstein, look, that's why Lenny locks your ass out the house. Because you going back to Larsa and telling her, oh, Gertie went in on me. Gertie got really mad. And then they flash back to Gertie. And Gertie was so calm in that. She didn't yell. She didn't raise her voice. She pressed her. She's like, well, who told you? Because I only told specific people. And it was a test with one person because I knew I couldn't trust her fake ass. And that's who you hang out with because I didn't tell you my business. So I need you to tell me who told you because I need to know who I can't trust, bitch. And you're like, no, I'm not going to tell you. No, I'm not going to tell you. No, I'm not going to tell you. Lisa. Your new man does not want to hear about Lenny. Your new man does not want to be a therapist for what you did with Lenny, what Lenny did with the next girl, and what he's going to do with who. Nobody wants to hear about Lenny. This is going on a year of too long. I thought we were done with him last year when he kicked you out the house and you had to sleep in your car or whatever, girl. You need a storyline too. That's why you brought up that and said it like that and put 28 on it when Gertie was so kind and reserved in her wanting to know who said anything. And then you're going to take it back to that girl like it was a problem, like she really was yelling at you. Come on, Lisa. Don't you have enough going on with Lenny really yelling at you instead of making it up that Gertie yelled at you too? Or is it because you knew that you weren't supposed to say anything either because that person didn't tell you and it's just not proper etiquette to bring up, oh, I heard you're going through something. Bitch, you don't care. Or else you would have called her on the phone. You would have called her on the telephones or the BlackBerry or paged her or something and not brought it up at an event. I know you're going through something and I just want you to know I'm here for you. Bitch, you should have called me in the confidence of a phone wire instead of bring it up when I'm trying to have fun. And you won't tell me who told you? You don't have to because I know who told you because I know she's a fake bitch. Let's just call her Molar because that's what her butt looks like, is a molar. Yeah, Larsa Pippen's butt looks like a molar, a tooth molar. Her thighs are way too thin for all that molar on top. Anyway, let's see. Oh, Shay B is in the house. Yes, I had to give you a Shay B. Yes, you lost all respect for Larsa after that. Not that I had any before, right? Yes. Here, I'm going to drop the link for if you have 5 minutes, Sebastian. I don't know. I think you might be on your radio thing. But I am so done with Larsa. And I'm not with her spinning the narrative or getting the room to spin a narrative on Gertie. And I did not like Alexia being on code with her sestra to automatically make excuses for her instead of stick up for Gertie, who's sitting there telling you what a problem this is and why. Alexia's first inclination is to make an excuse for abhorrent behavior. Okay? Why are you trying to make excuses for Larsa? There is no excuse for that. This is just like somebody talking about the beloved Frankie, okay? It's a very delicate situation and it doesn't need any extra ucky energy, and keep it out of your mouth. Period. Right now, Gertie is the equivalent of Frankie. She needs tender, loving care. She doesn't need nothing else. Oh, Sebastian's in back. Grand Rising, hey. Sebastian, thanks for coming through.
Hey, I have to go, actually. I just wanted to stop in and say that
I know you're on your way. I know.
I want to say this real quick. Larsa's a piece of shit. She's not worthy of anything. What's her name? The one that is allegedly now facing criminal charges. Lisa.
Oh my gosh, Lisa, yes.
I want to say this. Everyone had sympathy for her and everything about her divorce and stuff, and said Lenny did her wrong. I think otherwise. I think Lisa, her marriage with Lenny ended years ago. Not right now. What we're seeing, whenever you start inviting girls in skimpy outfits and stuff to have certain parties, that's no longer a marriage.
Hello.
There's no longer a marriage there. Lisa's marriage ended a long time ago. We're just now starting to see the legal process of it ending.
Right. I mean, I felt like it was really over for Lisa's marriage when they talked her into having those kids. I knew it wasn't going to end good.
Well, she wanted them too. And she needs to treat her kids better.
She was also deathly afraid because she had all those problems. Remember, she was crying about how afraid she was to even try again.
She also needs to treat her kids better, because I cannot with her telling the kids.
So snappy on that little boy.
For that pizza, I remember how rude she was to him, and the cake. I was like, oh no.
That was so weird. Like, she's gonna give them a big complex about food. She's like weird. Lisa, that's what I'm starting to notice about Lisa. At first I was like, oh, poor Lisa. Poor thing, she wasn't that smart. She didn't get a good prenup. She got talked into having these kids. She didn't set herself up right. She wasn't on the deed. I was thinking, poor Lisa. But then I started thinking, stupid Ashley's cousin, because you can't be that pretty.
Ashley, this is Miami. We're not going to bring Ashley up here.
Yeah, we have to bring, when you talk about the daftness of some ladies who marry old, decrepit men's balls, thinking they're going to get a come up, and then you end up with what you came with is dust. No, you need to think further ahead, and that's what Ashley should have did.
How Elisa still doesn't act now. Lisa misses Lenny. If Lenny were to take Lisa right now again,
oh my God, Lenny would go. She would take Lenny back yesterday. She would have took Lenny back with the girl still in tow if it wouldn't have went this far. If it could have been a little less messy, she would have let that girl still be around, like how all the other girls were allegedly around. You know what I mean? I agree with you on that. But do you feel that this is okay for Larsa to be able to use Gertie's storyline for her storyline and then try to spin it?
No, she should not be able to do that. That's completely wrong.
And do you feel like it's any type of, like, what's your word for it? I'm calling it gaslighting, that she's trying to make us believe that Gertie's a bully and that Gertie doesn't have cancer. Like, just those two questions alone, those two statements. Do you have it? And you're a bully for testing me with your secret. I feel like that's very damaging, because it's telling people on the whole world that if somebody comes and confides in you and you go to a dinner party 6 hours later, then you can expect to tell that person that they're a bully when confronted with it. And I don't feel like that's super sensitive. If anything, they needed a disclaimer because freaking breast cancer is ravishing. You know what I mean? Like it's hurting a lot of
Right.
people's
The same
lives.
way they gave Wendy a disclaimer about Johns Hopkins University when the fight happened in Miami, they needed to give a disclaimer
Yes,
about breast cancer. Because
they
that's
really
something
do.
that's very dangerous. And for
They're
Larsa to
based.
play with it like that, she
Uh-huh.
deserves. I'm not gonna say what she deserves. No.
Yeah, and if
I
they're
almost
they're
said something, but
for her to
I'm not
try
gonna
to
wish
play
that.
Gertie like she's Vicky Gunvalson, and this is Brooks Garth or whatever the guy's name was, that's not okay. And that's kind of what she's doing. And somebody else needs to check her. That's why your friend Alexia,
No,
it
no,
gets
no,
her.
no, no, no,
I was
no.
upset that Alexia didn't
Hold on. I want to give that.
automatically.
I want to comment on that.
Okay.
Alexia, that was
Bonjour.
wrong of Alexia. I will 100% say that. But I think she did it in a good way. She didn't mean, she was like, I think she probably said it out of concern and stuff. Because, she doesn't want Gertie to worry. And I wouldn't either. I wouldn't want Gertie to worry or stuff like this. Because when you're going through things like this should be your last issue to be worrying about. But Alexia was just making sure, so like saying all these things. But I know Alexia would never tell the women. If she knew that herself, I don't think Alexia would ever tell the women. Come on, she knew her husband was gay for years and didn't say shit.
Right, that part. Well, okay, she might have held a confidence, but I didn't appreciate her questioning Gertie like that because she didn't just let it rest either. Like she asked her one question, Gertie answered it, and then she asked her like at least 2 or 3 follow-up questions, and then was like, "Oh, well, you know, it's and obviously Gertie is upset, period. You should just be consoling Gertie, not trying to change her mind about why she's upset. Just console her and be like, "Oh, that was fucked up." What was hard to say about that? But Alexia, I
She's
don't
trying to be
know.
peaceful. Okay, listen.
She's
Alexia
trying to
has
be
been better
peaceful.
this season. Y'all all are
She's
just,
much
I don't know why
better.
you still drag her curves. She has been the
I haven't
Switzerland
dragged her yet,
of this season.
but I'm about to drag her man. Her man.
Leave her man alone. We don't go for the husband.
Something's going on. Something's going on. We have to acknowledge something's going on with old boy. It's weird,
Leave
you
Todd
guys.
alone.
It's weird that he would. Okay, we can question whether or not a freaking Gertie definitely told her not to say anything, but we can't question that freaking Todd is weird. He did definitely tell not Lisa, what's the other one that I love now? Nicole. He told Nicole and Adriana at that thing that the problem wasn't them. And he said what he said about there's trouble in paradise.
No, I don't
or they need
believe
to work
that.
on
I
their
don't
thing.
believe that. That I don't believe. I
So
will
you
say
don't
this,
believe
out of all
Nicole
of
either?
Alexia's marriages, this is probably the one that she's the most happiest in. Her
You don't
younger
believe-
marriage that she had was with the drug dealer. Then she was
But
married
something's
to
afoot. He did tell them
Herman.
2 different things. He told
But you know
her,
what? Don't women tend to go for men like their husbands?
yeah.
No, men like their
dads.
fathers. Don't women tend
Yes.
to go for men like their fathers?
Oh, yeah, she did have a surrogate for both children because she had miscarried or something, and she had tried IVF and it didn't work. And she was so afraid of doing it again that he was like, fine, let's go have somebody else do it. And they told her to let it happen. And now she has these 2 kids she yells at all day.
And treats them like crap.
Grand rising, grand rising. Yes, Shaby.
But she treats them like crap, though. She treats them like crap.
Lisa treats the kids like crap.
Yes, when I told you the way she looked at that boy and said, "No, you're not."
Very mommy dearest. It's very mommy dearest.
It was horrible. I felt it shook. It rubbed me the wrong way the way she talked to that little boy and said, "No,
Yes.
you're not pizza."
It rubbed me the wrong way too. Let me tell you.
And the cake part too. And the cake part.
Right? Oh yeah, that was weird. She has a thing about food. I couldn't figure that out. Was that because she was gonna he was gonna go back and tell daddy that they were eating junk food or what? I don't know. It was weird.
No, because in the end she started to give him the pizza again. In the end, she started to give him the pizza. So
Give it here. Put that down. She was really weird. And the rest of the time she's all smiles. I bet they wish nice mommy.
It's how ironic. Remember when she said, "I don't want that itch anywhere near my kids"? But shit, you have your boyfriend near your kids almost all the time. Shaking her head.
And that's weird too. Because why is she looking for houses with this man? She needs to rest. You know what? I have a theory that you at least need 1 month single for every year that you were in a relationship when you break up with somebody after
So you think
long,
she should have been? She should have. Okay, so wasn't she
long-term
married to Lenny for like
relationship.
12 years?
So if you were with somebody for 12 years, you need at
You wait
least
a
a
year.
12-month sabbatical from a full-on relationship. Now you can date, have your fun, whatever, but the chances of you rebounding somebody are super high unless you at least give yourself X number of months. And everybody knows that rebound relationships, cough, cough,
Fail.
Ashanti and Nelly, hardly work out. And because it was a rebound, it was just like a safety net to catch your feelings after your heart was in disarray from the last person that broke it. And then your rebound with that person, it was basically a trauma bond. If you end up in a long-term relationship with that person, it's based off of the trauma that you were healing from the person before, and you don't really yet, and it takes you longer to get to who you guys are in this relationship. So I'm not one to suggest rebounding. Take a minute to yourself. Lisa, with all the freaking mind effing that was going on, she definitely needed a year to get her thoughts together.
Yes, she
Instead,
did. And the thing is, I find it weird. You remember how I just told you? It is disgusting that she already has this man around her kids. Like,
it really
you
is.
didn't want Lenny to have his mistress around your kids, but she used to be at your parties in those skimpy outfits.
Yeah, I would never. Look, me and my husband have done a lot, okay? I think I told you guys, we live up here in the Bay Area. And so like they're famous. They have famous sex houses out here, famous sex clubs, famous whatever. So while we were dating, we would do what single people would do when you're not single, as in not married. Like you can go look, you can go, but we weren't touchers, but we would definitely be at those very naughty parties. Once we got married, we weren't doing no naughty parties anymore, because having that naughty energy around is not conducive to a long-term marriage. It's just not. I don't care if my husband was the best plastic surgeon on the globe. We're not having no parties with these titty hoes and molar asses at my house that I'm hosting. I'm hosting these ladies over here. No, babe. You just need to take their picture, put them in the glossary like everybody else. But why were you hosting parties for it? That's weird. But Jennifer Aydin's husband did that too. They would have parties to show off the work that he did too, but it wasn't like everybody was butt naked at his house. They would wear gowns and do like a fashion show of their aesthetic change. Didn't that happen one time on New Jersey?
It wasn't this bad.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. That's because Jennifer has sense. Jennifer's not letting no bikini-clad ladies come over her jacuzzi.
Jennifer's from Long Island, okay? So she knows what she gotta do.
Yeah, but would she do that? We didn't see it. We saw the ladies all dressed. I don't think that he would have even put her in that position.
She would never have no other heifer with skimpy outfits around her husband.
Yeah, that's not happening. That's not happening. But so for Todd, I don't know, you guys. He just doesn't feel honest to me. Something feels off. Why wasn't he at that party? He looked her in her eyes and said, "I'm coming to your party." Then he didn't show up. She acted like she didn't really know where he was. Then he says he was only downstairs because he didn't want to see certain people. But the certain people he said he didn't want to see, he had just seen out with Nicole. Nicole heard what he said to Adriana. She co-signed on what Adriana said. He said.
No, she didn't, but okay.
Yes, she did. She said that they saw him on the way out. I'm going to have to go back.
She said that she saw him on the way out, but she never said it was her marriage. She never said that he said her marriage was the issue. I got to go, Curbs.
Okay, I'll see you later. Thanks for coming up for this time, Sebastian.
No problem.
Have a great day.
I'm going to get pricked. Bye.
I know, man. Right on. Well, that was Sebastian. Thanks for coming up for that minute. Let's see. I'm glad I'm not the only one worried by this, right? Let's see, yes. Lisa misses that money, not him. Oh my. Oh my, that means I should have stayed single for at least a half year and passed the mark. I guess time got away from me. Have some fun now, right? Right? I don't know. It's just my theory. It's a working theory. But usually the longer the better. Some people just do a round number. If it was anything over a year, they need like 6 months or something to themselves. But I feel like a month per year is probably good. A month per year is probably good. And honestly, when I met my now husband, I did meet him within the time frame that I was breaking up with somebody who I dated for 3 years. And I did not, he was so awesome and special. I did not want to rebound him. So I kind of dipped out for about 3 months. I didn't really talk to him because I didn't want to rebound him. Like there was no intimacy, no nothing. Like we've known each other since there were pagers, Motorola pagers, you guys, beepers. Yeah. So we would like beep each other and talk, but we were still seeing other people until after 4 months of me being single from the other relationship. And that was something in my mind that I was making me do so that I didn't rebound him, because I was like, oh, he feels like a keeper, you know? And here we are 26 years later. So I feel like my theory works. Shay, put on your push-up and get some, girl. That's right. That's funny. Yes, being very serious. Oh no, I was in a relationship for 14 and a half years. I'm concerned about Lisa taking out her feelings on Lily on their son. Yeah, that's an obvious thing that's happening. I have seen this happen when the son is similar to dad. Yes, that's true. Yeah, right on. Awesome. I love my love story too. Like it was so cool. Yes, a long time. Yeah, so that means I would have to be, if anything happened now, I'd have to be single for 2 years and shit, based off of my theory. But yeah, he not going nowhere. This is for life. This is for life at this point. Okay. Soon Alexia will have to move from her penthouse. There's trouble in paradise. Thank you, mademoiselle. And that's what I'm saying. I feel like Todd might be hiding downstairs and everything. I think that had more to do with Nicole's husband, because even though he did that long apology and sent chocolate and cigars, he still, I feel, is embarrassed that he had to apologize to this other man, because that other man is a full-on lawyer. You might have thought you had a smart mouth, Todd, and could pop off because Alexia is your wife. But obviously, Nicole's husband is the gringo with the weight, okay? He's the gringo with the weight, because he didn't do no 20-minute apology to nobody, sir. You did all of the apologizing, sir, and it was super weird. It screams Louis Ruella from New Jersey, and we know that rock lobster is weird, okay? Allegedly. Does it say allegedly down here? Yep, there it is. Everything we say is allegedly. Because that's the vibe this dude is giving me. He's giving me a Louis Ruella type of vibe, where what he says and what he does are two different things. And he does the smile and he's charming and all of that. But that whole, the apology. First, what he said to the guy in the first place. So you think that your balls are bigger than this guy's. Those things that he said to him were rude and uncalled for. Like that whole argument didn't even need to go there, sir. Because obviously Nicole's husband was kidding from the jump. This guy took it a little personal. Then he finds out how powerful an attorney Nicole's husband is and how he can be ruined for disparaging that man's business like that. So he made sure to do a 7-minute broadcasted apology. I wish I could find it. I'm going to look for it while we look for this. What's the guy's name? Todd's apology. Let me see. I don't know. Are they rich enough that it's scrubbed? Apology. Is his name Mike Todd? Todd Latore? Napola. There it is. Okay, where is the video? Nobody has the full video. All these clips are only let's see. Uh-oh. There's a TikTok that they were forced to leave the penthouse. When did this happen? When is that from? No, I don't want to open the freaking thing. Yeah, that was the public apology. It's only on TikTok, huh? Okay.
His Instagram account, and he had a video up of himself that he made just a few minutes ago about how he is so apologetic and sorry for his actions on the Real Housewives of Miami. And he's very sorry and apologizing to Anthony, Nicole's husband, the lawyer. And he is saying that he's sorry for the things he said about Anthony and also about the things he said about the law firm. And I feel like this was very scripted. And it looks like he's reading from something or reading from notes, kind of referring back to his notes. And I also feel that maybe he got forced into doing this. And he's also blaming the producers a lot. And he said he's going to send Anthony some flowers and Godiva chocolates. But I will say it was a very long and detailed apology.
Let's see. That's so weird. Okay. Is it the whole apology?
So Todd Nipola goes to Instagram today to give this 2-minute long reel with his apology to Anthony.
I thought it was 7 minutes, but they're saying it was 2 minutes.
Stuff, and he even, as a joke, pulls together the flowers and the Godiva chocolate that he's going to send to Anthony. And this is
I'll turn down this music.
On this season of Real Housewives of Miami. And here we have Nicole saying, happy to put this one behind us. Everyone seems to Instagram today to give this 2-minute long reel with his apology to Anthony. He says he made a stupid comment and it was all for TV and he messed up. And he even, as a joke, pulls together the flowers and the Godiva chocolate that he's going to send to Anthony. And this is all regarding that gringo dinner on this season of Real Housewives of Miami. And here we have Nicole saying, happy to put this one behind us. Everyone seems like they're, having a good time with it. Wonderful. The comments, there are a lot of Bravo celebrities in the comments. But in my opinion, it sounds like someone got served by that little firm.
Yeah.
Like their reunion didn't go well. It's not like anything was hashed out between Alexia and Nicole. And she even called Anthony Antonia because he's like a woman. I don't know. I feel like maybe he got served. What do you think?
I think he got served too.
So I was just scrolling through Instagram as you do, and I came across Todd Nipola's Instagram account, and he had a video up of himself that he made just a few minutes ago about how he is so apologetic and sorry for his actions on the Real Housewives of Miami. And he's very sorry and apologizing to Anthony, Nicole's husband, the lawyer. And he is saying that he's sorry for the things he said about Anthony and also about the things he said about the law firm. And I feel like this was very scripted. And it looks like he's reading from something or reading from notes, kind of referring back to his notes. And I also feel that maybe he got forced into doing this. And he's also blaming the producers a lot. And he said he's going to send Anthony some flowers.
Okay, so that goes to my theory that he was just acting big and bad. Remember how hot and heavy he came in with Anthony? I bet there was some producer. Has anybody ever seen Unreal? It's a scripted show about what happens on unscripted shows. And on that, the producers were crazy, you guys. And they would go and start all kind of stuff behind the scenes. And the people on the show would take it for, like they were really supposed to do that and end up in so much trouble. And the producers were fully getting incentives, bonuses, and everything for making these people act a fool on the show. So if he was doing all this apologizing and mentioning freaking the producers and blaming them, then maybe somebody got in his ear that was a producer and decided to go from there. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe that's what happened. So let's see. Was that it? Reveals husband. Oh no, wait. Her husband paid for her breast implants. I don't know. I wanted to see the apology though. No. I guess it's scrubbed. I guess we'll never know. Original. Let's see. Original. I bet they have it on Reddit. Maybe I just need to do it like this and then go to Reddit. You bet Reddit has it. I guess they do have that much money, you guys, that they were able to get the real one gone, unless it's here. Here we go.
Anthony, please accept my sincere apologies for wrongly mentioning your company on TV in a derogatory way. Not only did I have no right to mention your firm, I had no knowledge about the company. It was just a stupid and uncalled for comment. TV got the ugly out of me, and I'm really sorry. I hope this won't create any tension for us going forward. Now, with no sarcasm, only a little bit of humor, I'm going to send you this card and some flowers and the good stuff, the Guyver chocolates, asking you to accept my apology. In life, we do a lot of stupid things, and we have to apologize for that. In this particular case, I made a public statement on TV, which means I need to make a public apology, which is why I'm using social media to apologize to Anthony's entire team at his law firm. The truth is, the way that scene went down, it was never in my wildest dreams going to play out that way. It seemed like just a spur of the moment thing. And truthfully, 5 minutes later, Anthony and I were fine. We were having some drinks together. And in fact, a couple of months later, he and I talked and we discussed the possibility of me even managing some of the shopping centers that he owns. I truly thought we were fine. But after seeing the scene play out on TV, I would understand if he feels he's owed an apology, which he's right. He is owed an apology. And so is everyone who works for him and all the vendors affiliated with him. I was wrong. I would like to blame it on editing and saying editing got the best of me. But the truth is, I'm a little embarrassed by my behavior, It's not quite what everyone sees, but what goes on behind the scenes. So in order for you to understand where my apology comes from, I want to just give you the backstory real quick so you maybe could sympathize a little with someone in my position. See, we all know there was a lawyer's luncheon at my house, and it played out the way it did, and Nicole pulled out an Amex card, and she stuck it to the lawyer and said, here, take this, and that escalated into some huge commotion. From there, when I came home that night, people, powers that be of the show, were getting in my ear telling about this horrible situation, how it went down, and there was a card thrown, and blah, blah, blah. And they're telling me how I could let this happen, and this happened in my house. So they're getting in my ear, and that's toxic, and that's bad. And I wasn't there, and I wasn't present, so should have stayed out of it. So fast forward from there, about 2 days or so, 3 days, and we're going to have our meal at the Gringo dinner, which was supposed to be fun. And on the car ride down to the Gringo dinner in Miami traffic for over an hour, I'm listening to my wife argue with the producer, and she's adamant she does not address the situation with the dinner. The dinner is supposed to be the couples getting together having fun. In a compromise, she agrees that she'll discuss it with Nicole prior to the dinner starting, just the two of them, because she doesn't want any interruption at dinner. Well, as you obviously well know, my wife lost out on that argument, and it was a lot of arguing, but she lost out on that argument, and the dinner was going to be, that situation was going to be brought up, and it was going to be discussed, and we weren't going to avoid it. So not only did I have to leave work early and have to listen to this stuff for 2 or 3 days, I have to be in a car in traffic watching my wife argue with the producer about what's going to happen, and this is going to go down. My blood pressure was boiling. I own it. I was getting triggered already. Now, when you arrive to these events, as many people have seen these shows know, it's not like everyone just gets there and goes to dinner. When you arrive and you get to the scene, you wait in your car and they bring you out one by one. They got to mic you up and tell you how it's going to work. And as this is going on, I'm being told by the producer that, you need to stick up for your wife if this gets heated, because if you don't, there's been other men who haven't stood up for their wives on these shows, and America's destroyed these guys for not standing up for their wives. So now my blood pressure is going even higher. So you go inside the restaurant, you sit down, not as a group, pretty much one at a time. They sit you down, they give you your assigned seating, and there's cameras in front of you all over the place, one right in front of your face. There's microphones, there's lights. And then they brought Anthony Nicole in last. Now, I'm assuming they did that so we wouldn't discuss anything with them prior, but whatever the case may be, you make a little small talk, you have a drink, everything is going okay, and then it's time out. We're not here for the small talk. That's not what the Real Housewives is about. It's about this.
That makes sense.
Situation. Now, what people don't know.
I can pause it. Okay, let's look at these comments for a second. You guys are so right. Yeah, there's trouble in paradise. I do feel bad when people have financial issues, especially at Todd's age. That's the importance of planning early. You guys know I can get you set up. We do family vaults, family banks, $1 million babies, executive bonus plans. We can get you set up personal pension plans, pay you for life. Yeah. So yeah, definitely. I wish, who could actually help him is Todd, is the one that he's arguing with. I'm positive Nicole's husband, being an insurance attorney, knows about these products that I'm talking about. The solutions. Anyway, let's see. And look, that makes total freaking sense. They are birds of a feather. They even look alike. He even looks like Louis, trying to make us believe that he's not as red as we see. Mademoiselle, way too many struggle with making ends meet. I pray for everyone to have what they need, right? Have what they need, have more than enough. It should not be all struggle and strife. We need to just be able to live life without our hypothalamuses all blocked from the stress. Yes, I pray the same thing, Mamere, because, oh my gosh, things are so tight. Like I just talked to somebody yesterday. They're trying to do the right thing. They got a new job at the Tesla, and the freaking it's great money. It's like double pay from what they were making in the Geek Squad, and great benefits, but it's way out in the middle of nowhere. And by the time you finish paying for your $6 a gallon gas, and then California I love California, but they got to let up on some of these fees and taxes and charging us to breathe and shit. Okay. But they have these expressways. So it was the freeway when it was free. Now we can't call it the freeway no more, because you got to pay to drive on the potholed freeway. And it used to have the carpool lane. They would reward you in California if you lowered emissions by having 2 or 3 people in a car. You got to go in a fast lane called the carpool lane. And it would take you all over the bay, from Sacramento all the way through San Jose, all the way down to the peninsula. There would be opportunities to be in these carpool lanes, because you were helping save the world by having that many people in the car. They would even have carpool lane pickup places where you could go pick up a stranger so that you could get in the carpool lane and get to your destination faster. And you got another incentive, because you didn't have to pay a toll on the Bay Bridge, on the Golden Gate Bridge, or on the Richmond San Rafael Bridge if you had carpool. Girl, these people so greedy. Now you have to pay to drive in the carpool lane. And if you stay in the carpool lane, then now they call it the express lane, because the carpool lane was the fastest lane. But now if you don't have a lot of people in your car, you can pay on your fast track thing to make it so, I want to go 6 exits, and I'm willing to pay $6 extra to get there a little faster by driving in this lane. And every time you go under one of their robots, it charges you another 50 cents, another $1, or whatever. and it's the special lanes that you have to get in, and there's computers everywhere. Oh my gosh, crazy. But yeah, it's a struggle because now the person has to go look for an apartment to get closer to the place where the money is double because all the extra money got ate up by transportation. It's just crazy. I hope everybody has what they need for sure. Todd does feel low budget. He feels a little, I don't know. He feels a little slimy, you guys. He doesn't feel like he's like, if you really had all this stuff going on, why do you want to work at the mall, dude? You want to be a mall cop? I don't know. Let's finish listening. I'll keep scrolling the comments.
They probably do know, but they don't see. Is that this scene took place over 10 or 15 minutes of this back and forth and back and forth. And the whole time I am getting irritated when people say I have bad energy in the scene. Of course I do. I don't want to be there. I wish to God Anthony wasn't saying anything because I'm feeling the pressure now. I have to say something. Then I'm trying to get out of my seat, saying maybe I could just get up and walk away, but I'm cornered in, which was probably strategically put there. So I'm stuck. And behind Anthony,
Louis did say this. There's that comment under Nicole. Yes, Louis Ruella said, "This is one of the classiest things I've ever witnessed by a man. #leader. Frank Cantina Sr. says, "Bro, I said it before and I'll say it again. You are a classic and stand-up guy. I'm proud to call you a friend." Oh my gosh. I mean, I guess everybody needs smoke up their ass when they're made a fool of themselves. Look, oh my gosh. They're like, "You suck, Todd. You are just as yuck as Todd, Louis." They're vomiting. Louis, hey, I think you're a classy man trying. I love how you ask your wife to listen and stay calm. Yeah, whatever. His intent was trying to connect with Joey. I don't know how that went to the other place. Let's finish listening real quick.
Producer who my wife was arguing with, holding up his phone, and what he says on the phone to me in writing is, "Aren't you going to protect your wife? Stand up for your wife." And then he wipes that off and he writes, "Your friend." And you know what? I lost my cool and it was uncalled for. I shouldn't have done it. So yeah, it's built up and I'm wrong and I apologize.
Did he just break the 8th wall, you guys? This Mitch, dude, take accountability for your words, your actions, your life. There's no way, if you're a real one, that any producers could have talked you out and got your blood pressure up without you being like, "Oh, you know what? My blood pressure is a little high. Let me take a moment. These people are obviously trying to use me." Dude, how are you so caught up at your wife's job that you let her bosses tell you how to show your ass? I don't understand it, sir. And then you're going to run and tell that. That's kind of a rap move. You started off with an apology. You should have just ended the tape, sir. You should have ended the tape after the chocolates and stuff, left it there, because all of these extra words is undoing your apology, because it's an excuse after a reason, after another excuse, after the other reason. Everything isn't your fault so far. Like, did you or did you not eat the donut, sir? Did you pick up the donut, bend your elbow, and stuff it in your mouth, or not, sir? Because those are all personal actions. It sounds like you're not taking no accountability for your elbow bending, sir.
So I don't really want to blame the producer. That's his job. That's what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to get me triggered. He's supposed to get people triggered. And it worked.
Told you, unreal, you guys. Try to watch it.
But here I am having to make a public apology and send a grown-ass man flowers and chocolates. Hopefully he finds it funny.
Actually, yeah, I do.
So
I totally do.
It, but I do recognize that. I badmouth his firm. What I didn't do.
I work with Canadians, and we have new solutions for people that have from certain countries where you usually couldn't get these types of solutions unless you're a U.S. citizen. And now they just opened it up that if you are a resident alien or one of those people who comes and are here for like 3 weeks a year, then you too can get these type of solutions that are tax advantaged, that give you tax-free retirement for life, that set your family up with generational tax-free wealth. You know, your 401k, if something happens to you, when your family finally does get it, they're taxed on it. The solutions I provide, when your family gets it, it's transferred tax-free. That means your family gets the whole amount. Okay, so Uncle Sam don't get nothing.
Badmouth Anthony's success. I'm very well aware of Anthony's story, how he comes from humble beginnings, put himself through law school, and we all know from watching the show.
That is so true, Mamere. That is hilarious. There's this famous time where the guy was going through the toll booth, because he used to have actual people at the toll booths. And this guy was going through the toll booth, and finally one day the CHP pulled him over, and he had a freaking mannequin in his car dressed up. He would dress it in a different outfit every day. He ended up getting in so much trouble. He owed so many back tolls. It was hilarious.
He's extremely successful financially. We've seen his stuff and we know he's doing very well. I never wanted to imply that. I certainly wasn't trying to create drama. But what I don't want, now that filming is about to start again, for there to be some Todd versus Anthony drama on the show. It wasn't there. It doesn't need to be there.
The truffle guy, how sweet.
You probably know I'm not really a huge fan of being part of this reality TV stuff. It's a major.
You guys, him and Louis are so not fooling anybody. Oh, I don't want to be on TV. Oh, I'm not really into this. Cue camera, interstage right.
Burden on someone's lifestyle and time, and I really don't want to get dragged into it. So hopefully, by me coming out publicly, and I'll even tag some of the housewife sites that this goes a little bit more viral, so the apology is heard. It's squashed. I do know that Anthony was unbothered at the time. Certainly, when he saw it play out, I'm sure he was surprised as I was, and I'm sure he feels that I do owe an apology to his firm. And I wanted to do this for weeks. That's the truth. But again, the powers that be of a show that you work for, which I don't work for, but my family works for, makes it very clear. You can't say anything until the show's airing is done, which is the last reunion, which was last week. I've been holding this inside now for 5-6 weeks since I've seen my ugly behavior on TV, and I can't do anything about it. And that really hurts, because when you do something you feel terrible about and it sticks to you, it's stuck. So this apology is probably just as much for me to release it and let it out as it is to the people that I may have offended. I'm sure they hardly even think about it, and that's the beauty of it, that it was forgotten by them pretty quickly. But what they do need to know is I am really sorry, and I will not do something like that again. What else can I say? I feel bad.
This person has it. Stina3187 says, no shade, but did he just apologize because he's in real estate and Anthony makes a lot of real estate moves? Again, no shade, just a legit question.
I hopefully think that, with this coming out there, and people will say that you probably should have just let it go and maybe not said anything. They might be right.
Look, he answered this person. He says, Todd says to that person that asked that question, because that's kind of what we heard at the beginning, right? Was he was like, oh, I wanted to work at the mall, and so I need to make this right. He says, absolutely not related to work, but he literally just said it had something to do with the mall job. Anthony is in insurance law field, and that really has nothing to do with my work. So no, not based on business, just an apology. And then they're like, Todd, you're full of shit. No.
Me feeling good about myself. I have to do this. I know the producers would have loved for me to do this on the TV show and done it, but the problem with that is, then one, I don't know when he was going to get the apology. By the time you film it, it gets to everybody. It could be 9-10 months later. Two, if it's not relevant to the show, they don't show it, so it wouldn't have ever gotten out there. And three, I don't know how they would edit it. And let me tell you, if you think Photoshop and Facetune makes a difference in the way a person looks, you have no idea what editing can do.
Will you get the boys up?
I do know how and what it could do to you now. So again, I'm not blaming anyone but myself. I embarrassed myself, and for all of you who stood behind me and told me how great it was, how amazing and powerful I am. I know you have good intentions. You want me to make me feel good, but I know it wasn't good. I know it wasn't a pretty look, and I know I was out of line. So I truly do appreciate the support. That means a lot to me. But for this apology, this is what makes me feel better. So again, Anthony, to your entire firm, I never knew anything about your firm when I said anything about it. I was only talking shit because I was agitated. I never should have done that. My apologies to you, your firm, your vendors, and everybody you work with. Again, sending you the good stuff, the diamond chocolates and flowers. Wish you all a great day. Again, sincere apologies.
Oh, you guys. That is a lot. Okay. Okay, dude. Okay, dude. Oh, let's see what Todd is doing. Um, 18 hours ago, he did this.
Asked me, how do I manage my finances at a young age? Well, Ethan, almost more important than managing your finances is managing your credit. And what I mean by that is don't take on debt and take on liabilities that are going to hurt you. So your credit score is everything. It's more important than the money you have in the bank because that's what the banks are going to look for when you go to borrow money to buy these deals. Second, don't cut back on all the things that you really enjoy in life. I want you to have fun and do it that way. You can't save your way to being rich. You're going to have to invest. But the most important thing you could do with your money right now is really decide when you make purchases, especially big purchases, do I really need this? Or can I put it aside? Because it will take discipline for you to build up money and save money. And it's not always going to be easy. So every time you're going to go buy that big ticket item, I'm not talking about the Starbucks coffee. I'm talking about the big ticket ones. You got to decide, can you hold off or would you rather put this money and invest it in your future? Mm-hmm. That, saving the money, and your credit are the most important things to do right now.
Okay, you guys wanted to hear a credit trick? Okay. So credit. He's right. Credit is important. And for the solutions I offer, they don't even check your credit, you guys. So there's that. They do check other stuff though, but you do have to qualify, but not with a credit score. You don't have to be a credit worthy, I'm doing air quotes, a credit worthy person for the type of solutions that I offer that can get you the money that the bank would have gave you without the bank. Okay. But credit is really important. So only because he mentioned something. And so there's this thing called velocity banking. And I had mentioned it to my mom I only mentioned it to her, this is going on 2 months, and she immediately implemented it. And her credit score went up like 100 points in 1 month, pretty much from doing this. She saw a huge jump in her credit score. So everybody knows about you make 2 payments on a credit card. That'll help your credit score go up drastically. But you have to make the second payment. You have to make the first payment before your due date and always make it for at least $1 over the minimum, or however much, but at least $1 over the minimum. And then make another payment before the interest charges. And that will get reported to your credit agency in a way where it looks like, well, because you did make 2 payments in 1 month, it's going to lower the amount of credit in use and up that you're in good standing. So it's going to be a great immediate effect on your credit. The other thing with this velocity banking is, okay, let's say you have a $4,000 credit card. You would use the credit card to pay for all your bills, including the credit card bill. It will leave you with the amount of credit from you paying your credit card bill, but all your other things will be paid off and increase your credit score because you used it so many times and then paid it off. It's crazy, you guys, and it's doable. It's called velocity banking. And yeah, Todd he's feeling kind of snaky. Look, the money's gone. Let's see.
What was the biggest risk that you've ever taken throughout your business career? Biggest risk I ever took, which obviously I'm grateful I took, and I wasn't even scared to take it, was when I bought my first property. I was a stockbroker and I was doing very well. This was the 1990s, but I knew I wanted to invest in real estate because as a stockbroker, you get paid commissions.
Okay, for rentals, what do we do? My mom has a rule that we won't run credit if you just go. say? Okay, my mom has a rule that we won't run credit. If you just go, let me take it quick little tour of your home. Okay. Yeah, you can that used to be a norm before you let anybody move in your rental was you go look at their current situation unexpectedly. Like they put in an application, you go do a drive-by because that you'll see how they're going to keep your house for one. For rentals, I would always run credit, girl. That's different than the products that I'm talking about. Uh, don't need credit, but for your property, for an asset like a house with all these squatters and stuff happening, you should definitely be running credit so that you can have their social security number, driver's license number, and any other information that you can attach any damages to that social security number. You know what I mean? Now, if you're not going to consider the credit score, that's another thing, but always run credit, always, so that you know where they've been, who they are, who they say they are. And so you have that social security number to attach any damages to should they ruin your property, should they not move out, should you need to evict them. You're going to need those personal details about the person. So that's what you can get from that credit. But I do like the idea of being an awesome property owner and not making the credit score matter to a good person whose credit might be messed up. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a beautiful concept. And that's the way we're going to keep the world going because nobody should have to have an 800 credit score to live at a rental. I mean, you can want it, but then you shouldn't have to have it to live. You know what I mean? So I think that your mom has a good thing where don't let the credit score matter and take a tour of their home, but always make sure you have that identifying information so you can be protected. You know how, to make sure that it's not absolutely, yeah, exactly. That it would be an indicator, like I said, of how they're going to treat your stuff. You, you know how, like, when you do go to get a house or buy a house or rent a house or whatever, you always drive by on a Friday, Saturday night. Go through that neighborhood on Friday, Saturday night, because that's when the people who are off, and you're going to see what the real tone of the neighborhood is on a Friday or Saturday night. If everybody's out in their yards, drinking or whatever on Friday and Saturday, that's how it's going to be when you move in. If everybody's staying in their house and their lawns are nice on Friday and Saturday, then that's how they're going to be when they move in, hopefully. My mom's been running her business successfully for over 30 years, and we've been very lucky, thankfully. Yep, because sounds like a good-hearted woman to be able to have this business of rentals and not do what other people do, which is make it hard for people to get in. That's very thoughtful. Yeah. Yeah, don't make the credit score matter. Yeah, I feel like financial solvency, the whole out here in California, you have to make 3 times the rent to rent a house or rent a property, but you only have to make 2.5 times the mortgage for your DTI when you purchase. So, and that's just a rule of thumb. If your DTI is 2 to 1, then you should be good. Yeah, and that's going to get you far. Like, when you are a thoughtful owner, you'll usually attract people who will take care of your property and just be good tenants. You get your money on time. They won't make a big fuss. You don't have to do a lot of upgrades, and the turnover isn't horrible. It's usually just normal wear and tear stuff. But that's because your mom is putting that out too. So many people are just greedy Fs. I love it. I love it, Shay. Okay, so let's get off this dude. Put this one, remove this, and I'll put this one back. Because, yeah, we just talked about Real Housewives of Miami. And we just finished up. I feel like Larsa's gaslighting us, and Gertie needs to go in. I feel like something's up with Todd and Alexia. And I feel like Adriana, look, she could write a book on when something's wrong in a relationship. So she would know the warning signs, okay? And yeah, I don't know that she's wishing it on Alexia, but it does seem like there's something afoot and trouble in paradise. I'm not sure. I'm not saying they're going to get divorced or anything, but something's definitely going on over there. Definitely. And Alexia, I don't know. She feels I like how she's tempering herself this season, but now it doesn't feel like Alexia, huh? Alexia, we're used to having her take zero accountability and saying all the wrong things. And this is like somebody like cloned Alexia and gave us a nice mild version of her. And I'm enjoying it so far, but it does feel, I don't know, it doesn't feel like the same Alexia. Everybody can change. Everybody can change. So, but I appreciate you guys for coming through and spending some time with me so I can vent about Real Housewives of Miami and the gas that's over there. And also, so we could finally hear Todd's freaking apology. I had never heard it, you guys. I hope that you smash the like button, smash the subscribe button on your way in and out. Leave a comment in the replay. I love interacting with you guys. And ring my bell so you can get notified when I upload a video. Thanks for taking your time with me this morning. Tuesday, December 5th, 2023. Look, you still have time to finish 2023 the way you need to, want to, and can. So go make it the day you deserve, people. See you in the next video. There's enough to go